Zoom as well. This will be the last time you'll have an open press conference with Tony before Wednesday's FA Cup game. So feel free to ask questions about that as well. Go ahead.
Papa, well, your first competitive game in charge of Melbourne Victory. You're coming away with the 3 points. What were your thoughts on the performance of your side across the 90 minutes?
Well, first and foremost, we're pleased to win the game. I think that was the most important thing. We know we didn't play so well in the first half, I felt, with the ball, but we stayed in the game. It was a tough first half of football for both teams. We haven't played for so long. It's our first competitive game, so scrappy at times, but happy that we were solid as a unit and we looked well organised. And then second half, I thought we improved and we combined a lot better, moved the ball better, and looked more of a threat. So overall, 1-0 win, delighted away from home.
Roderick Miranda, probably not the first goal scorer everyone expected, but how did you see him? Because I think getting quality, especially imported centre-backs, has been something Victory in particular have struggled with, but he looked like he settled in.
Yeah, I've always said about him, he's a quality player that will only get better because he's one of our late arrivals. Only Marjota came after him. He'll get better with his fitness, but you could see tonight that he's a quality footballer and scored a fantastic goal as well.
Josh Brillante, obviously a late withdrawal. It sounded like a hamstring niggle. Where is he at? When do you think he'll be back in contention to play?
Well, we had a late fitness test today to see, so he's very close. It was just a decision we thought is better for the long term for Josh, and we'll see how he goes this week and see if he can be available for the weekend.
Not Wednesday then?
No, I doubt for Wednesday. He might be available, but we weren't risking for that game, considering we need to see him train 3 or 4 sessions now to be able to play.
Was it just a training injury, just a niggle he picked up in training, or?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he's been so good throughout the whole pre-season, and when you train for almost 5 months, these things can happen. And look, you're never happy to have an injured player, but we're happy it's not serious. So we'll go day by day and see when he comes back.
Miranda taking the armband in Brillante's absence. I guess that's also speaking to his leadership and off-field aspects that he's brought, as well as his quality as a defender.
Yeah, well, he's part of that leadership group with Joshy, Lee Broxham and Roderick. So it was always going to be Roderick or Broxy to be the captain today.
Hi Tony, it looked like the substitutions made a bit of a difference in providing an extra spark in the second half. Could you comment on their performance and whether you thought that was an important asset as to why the team improved in the second half?
Yeah, I thought we improved up until that point. I thought we had a lot more control of the game and a lot more balance with our play with the ball. And when those two came on, they gave us another lift. We kept the ball better again, and young Nishan did a great job. For a young boy, it's tough out there, and he was really tired at the end. So, you can see physically these boys have a long way to go, but he made a good impact, and for me, Francesco showed the quality that he has, and another one that will just get better as we expect. And when the combinations become more fluent and their fitness is up, I'm sure we can keep progressing our play and keep improving.
And it would be remiss not to ask, there appeared to be a very big shout for a penalty early in the second half for a potential handball. What were your thoughts on the decision? Did you think it was a handball from where you were standing? And what are your thoughts now?
I don't know was it a handball? I don't know. It's hard. Was it?
We think so, but...
Sorry?
We think so. We'll play handball, yeah.
From the one view or the replay? Did you get a replay?
Yeah.
I didn't see a replay. So I just went off, when I saw several of our players appealing. I thought it must have been a handball, but from the halfway, it's hard to see.
Obviously, it's been a tough 2 seasons prior to this. The Victory and getting the win in the first game is also important. I guess how great is it just to get lift off with that first result and obviously just get the monkey off the back early?
I've never won a round one as a coach, so so it's the first for me. So when we say we needed lift off, well, it's a first for me as well. I think it's great for the fans. You know, when you saw the support that the players had today was just excellent, and you know, I'm really looking forward to now seeing the big numbers that we get at our stadium when our members get a chance to come and cheer the team on, and hopefully we can replicate the result and show them an even better performance.
Talking about the need to build that fluidity and that combination play, which can only come with experience, does that give an extra level of this Wednesday's Cup game that you've got coming up? It's another competitive game. It's against another A-League men's side. It's a chance for you to build upon this momentum and build this consistency in your play?
Yes and no, because you know, we've got a group of players that we have 5 players that have played 60 minutes in a match prior to today. So whether they can back up Wednesday and then back up again on the weekend, I doubt. So we'll have to see who pulls up well tomorrow at training. We've got recovery tomorrow. We'll train Monday and Tuesday before we decide who will travel. But I'd like to think that a lot of the young players will get an opportunity on Wednesday.
Also, maybe you might see Rojas, Cruz and Francesco come into contention to start in that game, considering they came off.
Yeah, possibly. You know, all those players need minutes. Marco's coming off a long-term injury. Robbie's come off injuries, but he's been training well for the last month or so. So we have a lot of players that need fitness. You know, Chris Economides has had 2 quarantines in his pre-season. So he's a very fit player, very good player, but he needs time as well. So we'll assess every player, and we'll take the best team that we feel can represent us well in that match on Wednesday.
Do you know, like in terms of travel restrictions, obviously going to state, playing Perth in Adelaide, like, do you know what that looks like? Is it going to be a very tight, restricted sort of situation with like flying in and out, or? No,
from what I know right now, I think that's all been taken care of, and you know, we don't have any tight schedules in terms of flying in and out for this match.
If you can go like the day before, or?
I believe we can. I hope that remains that way. But obviously it's a fluid situation that can change. But if it changes, we'll be prepared for that, and we'll just deal with it. And you know, we've got the game Wednesday, and we're looking forward to that.
And obviously against a club that you and quite a few of your players have a history with, Perth Glory. And it's a competitive match. It's I guess cutthroat in the sense of being a playoff. I mean, how do you think about that?
Look, what I'd like to see is that we take confidence from today into that match, and you know, that our young players amongst the senior players can you know, show their worth and show that the hard work they've done for 18 weeks, that they get an opportunity on Wednesday to represent themselves well and the club well.
In terms of the FFA Cup as a whole, obviously there's a Champions League spot now up for grabs for the team that wins that competition. Does that give you an extra sense of motivation ahead of that game to really G up the boys and try and get a big win?
G up, I wouldn't use that term, but I think the players will be motivated enough for the game on Wednesday. Champions League spot, I think that's a great initiative. That's how it should be. That's the way it is in all of Asia. You win the cup, you get either a spot or a half spot. That's now available to Australian clubs, and you know, we'll go into Wednesday taking the game very seriously.
Any injuries to come out of tonight?
Not that I'm aware of at the moment, you know, which is usually a good sign when the coach doesn't know before the press conference. So, there are a lot of bumps and bruises, a lot of tired and sore bodies, which you'd expect from a real tough battle against a tough team. So it's a really tough game, and we'll be sore tomorrow, but after a win, usually players sleep a bit better and recover a bit better.
Just because I'm sure it'll come up in the next press with John, that there's a challenge Davidson and Diamanti at the end. Obviously Western are all going up for a penalty. Did you see it? How did you see it? Again,
it's similar to the handball. You know, I saw it from half. I didn't see the replay, but you know, our coaches were adamant after seeing the replay that it was the right decision. I don't know.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.